Good day and welcome to the special broadcast of Eye on Dubai. I'm Zanella Morrison. Today we put a special focus on a Dubai-based company, Evolvin Women, that is a social enterprise organization. They create and manage initiatives in developing countries that enable organizations to offer skills and development to unemployed women from rural areas where political, economic or social circumstances have prohibited or limited their access to professional development and full-time job opportunities. My guest is Asia Risio, founder of Evolvin Women.
Sure, thank you for having me.
Asia, thank you so much for your time. Tell me how and what began the whole journey for you in creating Evolvin Women?
Well, it's really a legacy that my mom started when I was growing up. She was doing a very similar type of work in Africa and also in South America by working very closely with NGOs in Italy. So it's something that I have been very passionate about since I was a little girl. I'm trying to continue what my mom started back in the 70s.
How have these partnerships across various industries assisted Evolvin Women to find training, employment, mentorship opportunities for underprivileged women across Africa and the Middle East? Tell me how that has come about.
Yeah, so Evolvin Women is really an organization that offers a capacity building program for women from Africa. Now we have different profiles of women who join our program, women who come from difficult backgrounds, but as well as women who are just starting their career and they really need a better opportunity or a better skill development program. So the way we bring together partners in the region, but also across Africa, is by really creating a platform where education providers as well as employers can connect to women who have come through our program, and they can either offer them skill development, whether that's vocational training or more soft skill training, and also opportunity to enter the international job market.
That's very interesting. I mean, collaboration seems to be key to everything we do, especially when we aim to be successful. But let's pull back and go to the UN Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 of them. Which ones resonate the most for Evolvin Women? Which ones are you responding to?
Yeah, I mean, initially, really, we wanted to be aligned to a very well-known and recognized framework. And of course, the UN SDGs is a global framework that most private sector works with. So we work mainly on goals number 4, 5, and 8. Goal 17 in terms of partnerships, and it really started with a desire to have in the market a model that women, parents, schools, and all people who work with us could trust. And we wanted to create a safe migration model, and to have an alignment to the SDGs. It was a way to really not only increase our credibility in the market, but also follow some principles that would allow us to create a framework.
Unimaginable how critical our ability to weave in all aspects of society, really, and that's what the UN goals are about. But let's look at Evolvin Women's mission, which is to create professional and personal development programs for the unemployed women. You have a coffee and a jewelry line that caters to the cause of female empowerment. Do you want to elaborate on this program where Evolvin Women creates these opportunities and other projects that lead to your contribution, or that lead to the contribution for the broader cause?
Yeah, so we of course, Evolvin Women mainly works with unemployed women. We work more into the private sector in terms of creating job opportunities for them. At the same time, we also wanted to support farmers across Africa. So we started another project, another organization as well, that support coffee farmers, women farmers. So basically we do buy coffee directly from them or from cooperatives. We sell the coffee, and then the profit goes back into the farm or into projects that they're working on locally. So that's what we do with farmers. And then we have an incredible organization based here in Dubai. It's a jewelry company, and they designed a jewelry line that they sell, and part of the proceeds goes back into the program itself. So that it's a model. It's a very popular model here in the region, actually, that the private sector uses, and is really helping us not only promote the cause but also raising funding for the organization. Now, in terms of how we can, how the private sector, or in terms of Dubai being an ecosystem for startups, I think, one of the reasons why we wanted to start here is because of the support that from it is an ecosystem of private sector, public sector, and they all come together really to support causes like ours. And the example of this jewelry line is a prime example of the effort that there is here in the region to support diversity, inclusion, and empower women.
So one of the key things, Asya, that I see is that you put full-time employment and skills development at the forefront. Explain to me why you believe that would have the right need for women.
I think it was more of an effort to build on the efforts that are already done locally in Africa. There are lots of schools. We work predominantly in the hospitality sector, logistic and luxury retail, and there are lots of vocational schools and vocational training centers in Africa. They are doing a lot in skill development. I think what we wanted to create was a model that would allow to build on these skills. And despite the importance of education and training, I think there was a link missing there on how do women enter the job market, not only the job market, but the global and international job market. So we wanted to create the link between the training happening on the ground and what happens on the other side of the world, and how do we access international skill development and standards as well. In Dubai alone, you have the major hospitality groups, you have the major brands within the private sector. So we wanted to build a link, and a link that from parents to husbands to brothers to schools, a link that they could trust and they were safe for women.
I think you are absolutely responding to the greatest need and a pocket of the needs of women that is just so critical. What you did decide to do, though, is also to base Evolving in Dubai. How has that enabled the success of your company? How has that impacted your growth?
I think in Dubai, the ecosystem for startups and business setup is very advanced and very developed. So we wanted to be in a country where, as I said before, is not only safe for women to travel, but is also a country where it's easy to make connections to the private sector. It's easy to engage with the public sector, and it worked very well for us. Within a few months from setting up the organization, we were approached by the government. That was an incredible endorsement for us. We were able to attend the Change Now initiative in Paris through the Dubai Chamber of Commerce. So it just worked for us in terms of let's put roots in a country where it is easy to connect with the private sector, public sector, and is a safe place for women. In terms of advancement and growth, I think what really encouraged us to start in Dubai was how people are really keen in working together in establishing partnerships. There is a huge effort that goes into creating a multicultural environment where people can really work together and really leverage on each other's networks. And it does work. We went from starting in one country in Africa. We started in Ghana. Within 2 years of operation, we were already working in 4 countries, and that's all due through the Dubai Chamber of Commerce that has offices around Africa. Now we work, after 6 years of operation, we work in 9 countries in Africa, 4 countries in the Middle East, and we have supported over 1,300 women. So the network went from 10 partners back in 2017 to now almost 800 partners in our network. And that's the speed to which things happen here in the region. And I'm pretty confident that the growth we have seen since 2017 is something that we would have never seen anywhere else in the world.
I hear you. What's also become quite apparent to me is that the world is rapidly becoming smaller anyway, especially through the use of technology and communication efficiencies. How is Evolving Women adapting to technologically advancing landscapes that we see all around us? And also in terms of the program offered, how is this training conducted?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question, because we are asked about technology a lot, and it's, in my opinion, is not about creating this satellite that's going to save the world. For me, it's about what technology there is out there that we can leverage on. So just to give an example, for us, we use a lot WhatsApp. That for us is technology, and is a technology that women we work with can use and have access to. We use a lot Zoom, Google Meet. We have our own learning management system where we upload all our training. We also do live sessions with women enrolled in the program. We work a lot with technology that is already available out there, and what we do, we just elevate it to meet the needs of our beneficiaries. And it is interesting how we really stopped looking at what is the best system we can implement, or what is the best app we can create, because what we found out is by actually working and being with our beneficiaries is that they don't necessarily know how to use very complex technology. So we really work with what there is out there, and I think what COVID did to us, it really pushed us and encouraged us to do a lot online. And it was, in some ways for us, was a blessing in terms of the model we have now.
Asia, thank you so much. We're going to wrap up today's episode of Eye on Dubai. Thank you again to my guest, Asia Risiu, founder of Evolving Women. Until next time, from me, Zanella Morrison, and the team, it's goodbye till next time.